Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, social media to know that we have a brand new worship facility. We're going to be at 4516 Beach Road, Temple Hills, Maryland. And we're so excited, delighted, blessed, and impressed that the woman of God, who's everybody's talking about, Pastor Evangelist R.Evans, will have a word from the Lord. We want to invite you, your family, your friends, your loved ones to come this Sunday. Meet us there at 10 a.m. The doors will be open. Service will start at 11:15. 4516 Beach Road, Temple Hills, Maryland. New Living Way, South location. God bless you. I'll see you Sunday.
I just want to take a couple of moments to speak on the subject of success begins now. So nothing too deep, just a couple of nuggets that have helped me along in my career thus far. Especially for those who are either in school or just graduating from high school. I want to make a note to express the importance of learning. I believe this is important because studies show that it takes about 5,000 hours of your life to actually become an expert in any skill set. So, all that to say is the sooner you decide what career path you're going to take, the more time you'll have to devote to it. And some of the adults in our environment who are selfish enough to not relay the counsel or the pitfalls that they've experienced will tell you that the longer you wait, the less time you have to succeed. A lot of people say that, I guess the term is that it's never too late to get started, which is completely true in my opinion, but you definitely give yourself a harder time to get established when you wait in life to actually start in the career that you're gonna carry on. So with that being said, in order to define a career path, you have to do things like evaluate your skill sets and interests. So whether it's fashion, whether it's computers, whether it's social skills, whatever the case may be, take that skill or that interest and hone it, which means develop it, spend time, devote time to it, actually marry it. So that by the time the skill set is actually demanded, you'll actually be able to deliver investment. So also take those things that you're interested in and find ways that they are implemented in the actual work environment. So if you're a social person who loves to be on social media, Facebook, Twitter, whatever the case may be, actually have jobs out there. A lot of government agencies and private sector communities, they have actual communications partners where your job is there to promote your company and social. With that being said, don't take any of your interests or your skill sets like that because they can get you started on a career. Another thing I want to touch on is connecting yourself with people who are interested in the same things you're interested in. Once you figure out exactly what you're going to do with your life, it's imperative that you find yourself a mentor, find yourself someone who's already done it, who can help you to negate some of the pitfalls that they've already experienced, help you to make sure you're going in the right direction and take those steps so that you can get there quicker than they got. Because if you find yourself a good mentor, they're going to be willing to give you the knowledge that they didn't give, but they didn't receive when they were embarking on their journey. So you also have to find friends who are inspired as much as you are. And I know it's tough to find young people who are motivated to do the correct things, motivated to actually do things that as much as it may sound like it's not that important, things that people are doing around it. So for the young people who are, going back to school and dealing with peer pressure and things of that nature, it's very, very important to kind of weed out the good surrounding yourself. Weed out the bad surrounding yourself with the good. So, and I'll share my personal experience because like all of us who are, young and impressionable, we go through stages where we are trying to get proud, trying to be cool. So when I was about 18 or 19, I developed a relationship with a friend of mine who is a good friend of mine now, but he was one of the first persons in my life who showed me how to be cool without being negative. He showed me that it was actually respectable and actually cool to speak proper and how to use correct vocabulary and grammar, ways that's not really marketable or not really cool as far as things are concerned, like in public form, music videos and rap artists and stuff like that. So I just hope to be that one day to someone that I can influence, but you have to find yourself a person who shows you, what they call swag or whatever, that you can have that without being negative, without being, demoralizing, without being, all these things that are not going to get you where you need to be in the work. One of the other points I want to talk about is maximizing the focal point. So, what I want to elaborate on is that when you have an interest, when you feel yourself getting focused, to really capitalize on that focus. Because once you drop it, you never know how hard it's going to be to get it back. So what that means is that, if you find yourself one day, man, I feel like going on Google and looking up some jobs or looking up some opportunities, it's probably best that you sit there until you can't sit there anymore. If you find yourself developing a habit of, searching job opportunity, you don't want to. Once you find yourself slipping away from that, you want to hurry up and get hold tight of that once found, because I've experienced myself. When you let yourself get away from your studies, it's easier to fall away than it is to get back. So one of the last things that I want to talk about is to evaluate yourself, evaluate your craft. And what that means is that, for the young ones here, it may not seem that it's that important, or you may not think that, if I study tonight, if I don't study tonight, it's really not going to make a difference in me being successful in my life. But it is. And I'm a living experience that the habits that you develop now are probably going to stick with you for the majority of your life. So me, myself, I was a quick learner, but I had pretty bad study habits throughout grade school. So now I find myself paying for it, and I'm, willing to be transparent enough with you all to let you know that those skills that I negated when I was in grade school are being summoned to mine in the work world. So that's something that you really want to keep in mind. You want to start how you're going to finish. So right now you're working for grades, you're working for your parents, pat on the back, and you're working for honor roll. But sooner or later, those same skill sets you're going to be working for to pay your bills, to keep your family off the streets, so you can have a home yourself. And a lot of things that I tell a lot of my peers is that no disrespect or anything to people who are homeless or don't have a place to stay. But when you see those people on the streets, they didn't start there. They went to elementary school, they went to middle school, they went to high school. They have the same background that you have. So just put it like this: there's a possibility for us to fall to the wayside, to not do the proper things to avoid, shut up. So those are just quick nuggets, like I said, things that help me kind of get focused and take, studying, working hard, and figuring out what I want to do in my life a little bit more seriously. I said success begins now, so start how you want to.
Well, God bless you. Today, I'm excited, delighted, blessed, and impressed, and I'm happy that you're joining us in worship in a few minutes. This is Pastor David Evans from Washington, D.C., my family out there, and we're just excited, delighted, blessed, and impressed about what God is doing. Somebody out there from California, wherever you are, Mexico, France, wherever you're watching today, I want you to be blessed. I'm excited to hear that love is out there in the atmosphere. Amen. We are from the New Living Way Ministry.
in Temple Hills, Maryland, right outside Washington, D.C. And we're going to have a wonderful time today in the midst of God.